Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, I'm Yepwelp. You know, the more and more I get to go out and do some gold prospecting, the more I enjoy it. Except for one thing. Yepwelp! Do you know what that one thing is? It's classifying. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I'm not a big fan of it. Although I know it is truly important in maximizing the efficiency of recovering gold, nobody likes to do it. So the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, well, maybe I can drag a friend with me, get them to do it. And I'm like, I don't even want to do it. Why would they want to do it? So, let's turn to machinery. Let me show you this quick portable design I came up with that I think is going to be life-changing for gold prospecting. There she is. Nothing crazy, simple design. I'll show you a little more detail as we get closer up. Nice part about this is all this can fold down and fit into my backpack. So it doesn't require me to carry any additional items. I think the total package would probably weigh somewhere around 15 or 20 pounds, even including the small 12-volt battery I bring with me. I was trying to go lightweight on this, so I tried to stick to aluminum, even though I wasn't able to TIG weld it or tack it together. I just used some hardware, drilled some holes, bolted it together. Made do. But the fact that I wanted it as light as possible for travel purposes, I wanted to go with aluminum. So as you can see, this is some basic construction here. I'm no engineer or fabricator, so pretty sure anybody out there can piece this together. Basically, I built the frame out of some aluminum angle iron, and then I used aluminum studs that you can use in drywalling as the cross braces to hold the fan and the classifier in place. And then I placed down some pipe insulation, basically just to protect my backpack for travel purposes, so this sharp aluminum edge wouldn't damage my backpack. And this whole top plate here we'll remove off. And you can see that leaves you with your bucket, your springs, which are removable, and then your lightweight PVC stand. I went with PVC because it's pretty rigid, so it'll be able to hold a good amount of weight. But it's also light enough that I can travel with it. Each one of these springs are 4-inch springs, compression springs. They're capable of holding 24 pounds roughly each. So I should have about a 96-pound capacity on this machine. Like I said, the one huge thing I liked about it is I won't have to classify anymore manually out in the field. And it's also very portable. A few of the ones out there that I've seen people use or try to make, they're just outrageously huge, or they're using a fancy $200 concrete pump to vibrate their table. And I wanted something super cheap, super efficient, and most importantly, lightweight. So as you can see here, I just have bolts coming through the top side, and they come down, and then I'm using a 5/8 inch dowel that I just drilled a hole into the bottom so I could slide that over the remainder of the bolt. And that gives a nice tight fit for inside this spring here, so there won't be too much play. You don't want too much play in there because it'll just wobble around and the spring won't actually be able to do its job. So since we have good contact in there, you can see the spring takes most of the weight and does all the action for us versus the bolt just pivoting. That's just a real simple little improvement that I made when I was building this that really helped out. So you go ahead and get your bucket centered on this side. As you can see, it just barely fits in between there, and the stand's perfect height, so the stand won't hit it. there's some clearance there. And then when you set your classifier down in there, that lip will sit on this lip. Nice flush sitting there, and it has room to turn, move unrestrictedly. As you can see from the bottom side here, it closes that gap between the classifier and the bucket, so all your classified materials go down into your bucket and you don't lose any. And on this side, we just have a standard automotive fan that I picked up from the junkyard. This particular one set me back 20 bucks, which I don't know about your neighborhood, but if you go during a holiday weekend, they will have those 50% off, so you can score one of these for about 10 bucks. And make sure you snag the clip with it. That'll help out a lot for wiring. But all this is plastic, so it is extremely light, and like I said, the whole unit itself is very light and wonderful for travel purposes. So let's see this puppy in action. The reason why I said keep the clip is the clip is nice to remove for travel purposes, obviously. And then you can also attach the other end of the clip that comes from the junkyard to a set of alligator clips. So it's very easy to attach to my small 12-volt battery here. This is just a 12-volt battery that comes with my fish finder. And when I take it gold prospecting, I'll remove it from my fish finder bag. So it's basically about a 6-inch by 2-inch battery, and I can just toss it in my backpack. So let's get this puppy turned on here. I'm gonna take the clip that comes with the fan, get it clipped in there. My negative hooks up here. And get the positive hooked up here, and we'll be ready to rumble. Butterfingers. you an alternative that if you're worried about the safety with the fan being exposed here. What we have here is a regular oil pan drain, or a drain pan. And it actually fits right over this fan. So you cut out the bottom of it, put in some mesh or some screen, toss this over your fan. That'll keep any rocks, debris, or anything from getting down inside there, possibly getting hit and shot back at you. Also, another modification that I made for this guy is I just took my 5-gallon bucket I have here and I cut a nice hole in the lid to fit this 1-gallon bucket I have. And I have the 1-gallon bucket full of just some fine sand because I don't have any vibrating tumble media. But if you put this down inside this bucket and fire this puppy up, it can also be used to vibrate tumble some rocks to polish them, or vibrate tumble some car parts to get those cleaned up. So let's say you're finished prospecting for the day and you're ready to pack up. I'm going to show you how easy this thing is to pack up. Toss everything in my bucket. A 5-gallon bucket can be a tight fit. I got one left in here just so it's hopefully a little bit easier to get these other guys in here. Once you get your 5-gallon bucket down in there, you can put your PVC in. make sure you have your strap on the foam here so it doesn't cut into your strap. You have a side pouch here that you can throw your battery in. Like I said, I won't be bringing the whole fish finder with me. I'll just take the battery out of it. Toss that guy in there. We're ready to go. As you can see, I'm not a very big guy, and this really isn't that heavy in this backpack, so if it's gonna take away that extra work of classifying and it's gonna classify for me, I'm all about it. If you're interested, I'm gonna be doing some field testing this bad boy out at the river, doing some dry classifications and wet classifications. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Make sure you don't miss out.